Recommended tools are Foxcom HHT, strap wrench, small hammer, electrical tape, needle nose pliers, slotted screwdriver, and number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Before starting the conversion, obtain all necessary permission and necessary written permits from Plant Operations and Safety Manager. These may include HART work permit, confined entry, or lockout tagout. Record the transmitter model code and reference number from the data plate. Remove the 2 electronics housing covers. If the covers cannot be removed by hand, use a strap wrench to apply additional torque. Remove the existing O-rings from the housing covers. Two replacement O-rings are provided with the conversion kit. Lubricate the new O-rings with a suitable lubricant. Install the O-rings on the housing covers, making sure that they are seated below the threads. Connect the Foxcom HHT to the transmitter. Turn on the HHT and establish communication with the transmitter. Once communication is established, navigate through the configuration menu and record the necessary parameters. Document all of these parameters for future reference. Turn off the transmitter power in compliance with plant procedures. This may require following a lockout-tagout procedure, or could simply be done by turning off a circuit breaker, turning off a switch, or disconnecting the wires on the transmitter. If disconnecting of the wires is required, be sure to tape the bare wire after disconnecting in order to avoid shorting. If the transmitter is equipped with an LCD indicator, remove it by grasping the two tabs on the display and rotate it about 10 degrees in the counterclockwise direction. Pull out the display and carefully disconnect its cable by grasping the connector and pulling it straight out from the electronics module. Remove the electronics module from the housing by loosening the two captive screws that secure it into the housing. Then pull the module out from the housing far enough to gain access to the cable connectors on the rear of the module. Unplug all cable connectors from the rear of the electronics module. In order to avoid damaging the power cable connector on the module, it may be necessary to gently spread the metal connector retaining clips prior to removing the plug. Once the retaining clips have been spread, gently pull the cable plug out of the connector. Install the module into the housing, being careful not to pinch the cables between the module and the housing. Once the module is seated into the housing, tighten the retaining screws to approximately 5 inch-pounds. Connect the LCD ribbon cable to the electronics, and then install the LCD by aligning the tabs on the sides of the assembly and rotating it about 10 degrees in a clockwise direction. Restore power to the transmitter by reversing the disconnection procedure. Document the new parameters to be entered into the transmitter. The HART parameters may not be an exact match with the Foxcom parameters. Be sure to correctly cross-reference these parameters to properly suit the application. The new parameters can be entered into the transmitter through a HART handheld configurator, Pactware configuration software, or the push buttons on the local indicator. If the local indicator is used, the tag number, descriptor, and message parameters will not be accessible. Once the configuration has been completed, reinstall the electronics housing covers. If the conversion kit was ordered with the HART enabled tag, a stainless steel tag, wire, and security clasp would have been provided. Feed the wire through the hole in the data plate and pull through. Then feed the wire through the hole in the tag. Wrap the wire around the neck of the housing and feed it through the hole in the plastic seal. Pull wire as snug as possible and then press the upper half of the seal into the lower half. If the conversion kit was provided with a new data plate, the old plate must be removed. Gently pry up the attachment tab with a screwdriver. Use a needle nose pliers to bend the tab to a sufficient angle for removal. Be absolutely sure to return the old data plate to the factory. Take the replacement tag and slightly bend the attachment tab with a needle nose pliers. Wrap the new plate around the neck of the housing and feed the tab through the hole in the plate. Bend the tab with a needle nose pliers, then flatten by gently tapping with a small hammer.